Hello everybody. So in this video we are going to go over a couple of things with hydro dipping. Why? Because when I started a couple of months ago, I was inspired by some ladies in the tumbler world and I messed up every cup. So here y'all will see I'm using a food grade type candy thermometer. Reason being is because I used to just touch the water and I was assuming that it was in the right temperature. And a regular household thermometer, I promise you, will not work. I had a lot of people who were having difficulties with the magic marble paints, the easy marble paints that are by Easy Marble by Marabu. And that was one of my biggest concerns, is why everybody was having such problems with them, because I had purchased a lot of them. So I shake them up real well, and I will put it in there and it would get hard immediately. Or I shake it up real well and I couldn't get it to move around like I wanted it to, any of that. So after about 2 months of research and just trial and error, I found out, one, shake up your paints really well, check the bottom, kind of move them around and see that they're shaking up really well. And two, water temperature between 70 and 72 degrees. I tried additives in the water thinking that needed to happen. It didn't. I tried different kinds of water because I thought my water was it. That didn't happen. So as you see here, it's spreading out pretty well. So this is only my third attempt, it's about my fifth attempt trying this, where I finally figured out how to do this properly. So we're just testing out a orange mini 3.5 ounce tumbler here, and just going in with some colors that I thought would look pretty cool on the tumbler. Yeah, this is one of my clears that I hadn't opened up well yet, so y'all forgive me. As you can see, it shook a little hard. Be careful with your clear because it does dissipate everything in big open spaces. So, and you'll see me constantly layering the colors until I get the desired color amount in there that I want, and then I'll go in with the base color that I started with, which is red, and I'll end it also with red. But as y'all are watching this part, I want to give some shout outs to the people who have really inspired me in the tumbler world. First of all, What the Cup. I will try to put an ad for her. You guys go check her and her family out. When I tell you they are remarkable and fabulous, I love everything about them. I've started watching Kim Customs. Kim, I'm going to give you a shout out too, because you and your husband, y'all do your thing, and I love y'all too. Elisa, she does like 3D tumblers, and I believe Jovita does everything. Let me tell you something. Jovita is like tumbler queen of life in this earth to me. One day when I feel like I can afford a Rolls Royce, I'm gonna get me something from Jovita, because that's where I feel like she's at right now. So right here you'll see me actually starting to put everything to the sides, just to make sure it's attached to the sides so that it'll spread out the way I need it to when I am making my design. And now I'm just kind of going through making sure that I pull out any bubbled spots, and also pulling to the side the way I want my design to go, and kind of being careful of where the clear is at, because I want that to show through a little bit. Because this tumbler, I didn't add anything prior to it really. I just left it the color it was, just to kind of give you guys an example of how this works. So you'll see me just going through to make a design that I think I'm comfortable with, and you really got to be careful with that. I'm still learning that part, because what you'll find out is, depending on how you swirl or move it, one side of the cup will look one way, one side will look totally ununiform. So I'm still working on that, but this is just me. As y'all can see, it's starting to move. And it'll do that sometimes, so you just got to play around with it. You do have a small amount of time to do this before it starts to set, but you do got a little bit of time, so don't think you got to be like within 5 seconds trying to overly go quick it and do it fast. But you have a little bit of time, not much, but you know, you do have some time, because you'll see I started this and I think within 5 minutes I had dipped it. So I'm just playing around with it, trying to get everything where I want it, and see how it's gonna look. Sometimes I will wipe my stick off a little bit, and as you can see, because this is small tumblers, I'm just using my picture that I made for this and nothing else. It'll be fine. Once I get back to doing the bigger tumblers, when I feel a little more comfortable with that, then I will go ahead and of course make sure that I do some with my bucket. Another thing, after you finish, what I have found out too is if you use a clear coat, and I use one that I like to put on there afterwards once they dry before I resin them, because I found out if I resin them without a clear coat covering, what winds up happening is it puts a lot of dips in my resin. So this is just me trying to figure out where I want to go in at, keeping it on an angle and getting prepared to go in there. I don't have a cover yet for these, so I will have to clean the inside out really good once I'm done. Slow, steady pressure. Make sure you break the seal around everything. You'll see me dip it down a little bit further because I was hitting the cup. It wasn't down far enough, but luckily it came out pretty good. There's a lot of water in there, and as you can see, it came out pretty good. I love it. I love it, guys. I do so much. There's a couple of little spots on there to clean up, but one of them kind of shook itself off where it looks really glazed with that yellow. It actually looked better once it dried a little bit more, and you'll see the finished product of that later. But again, I just want to thank What the Cup for giving me the inspiration to keep going. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure you like the video, share it with somebody who needs a couple of tips and tricks. And until the next time.